and welcome to another episode of Creatives on the Couch. It's great to have you join us. Hello, darling.
Hello, my lovely.
Have you had a nice week?
I have.
Yes. It's
As
so
always.
nice to be back. Bless you. Well, on today's episode, we've got a lovely lady who's going to take us through the journey of her life. Andrea Kovacs.
Hello.
It's so nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
And you're a fan of the show.
Of course.
You've been watching
Fan
episodes.
of the outfits.
Oh.
Sorry. Yes. No, fan of the show.
And the outfits.
And the
And the
outfits.
outfits, yeah.
Bless you. Well,
Who doesn't love an outfit?
It's nice. We always put things out there that if somebody wants to come onto the show, you are always welcome. You've been watching
Yeah.
and you put yourself forward
Yeah.
to say, I want to be here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Well, I mean, people are fighting to come on it, so
Yes.
I'm very privileged to be here.
No, it's
Thank you.
it's so nice to have you here, and we've got the new set as well. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's cool.
Do you think?
Cool.
Bit contemporary.
Yeah, well, definitely. Yeah, it's lovely, very nice.
Well, thank you for
Yeah.
saying that you want to come on and meet me and the wife. Yeah. Have you had a nice week though?
It's been amazing.
Have you been busy?
I have.
I keep seeing that you're all over the place
I
at the
know.
moment.
Working on a couple of projects.
You're never stopping.
I've not had one day free this month.
Seriously?
Mhm.
Well, I built a pond.
I saw that
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, nice.
I saw that.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
good.
With fish.
Yeah, there's fish going in it once the weather changes, but yes, I built this pond. I was like, I've always wanted a pond.
Yep.
I'm going to build one.
Fabulous.
It's huge.
Is it?
It's like a swimming pool. It's massive.
You do realise you've got to clean it, don't you?
Yeah, I put pumps
Yeah.
and everything in. I was
Okay.
like, I'll
Yeah,
deal with
it's
that
fine.
later.
did well.
Yeah. So whereabouts are you from? Where have you come from
Well,
today?
I lived in West Yorkshire. I've always lived in West Yorkshire. Started off in Leeds, ended up in Bradford.
Yep.
So about 50% of my life in those towns.
Wow.
So yeah, not fallen far from the tree, have I?
Doncaster lad.
Oh, are you really? Well, that's where my dad grew up.
No way!
Yeah, Wheatley Hills.
Stop it!
Yeah,
Just near the hospital, the infirmary.
yeah.
That's where I'm from.
You're joking.
You know the Cumberland Hotel?
Yeah.
Just round the corner from there.
My auntie still lives there, bless her cotton sock. She's
No way.
91, yeah, she
Oh,
lives
wow.
there. In the house that my dad grew up in.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally. Just at the side of the infirmary, the Grove.
The Grove, yeah.
That's where I'm
yeah.
from, in Doncaster.
Gosh, we
Yeah.
better not go into which school did you go to and all that.
I was-
Yeah, not yet, not yet. I like
Ridgewood.
to like
I was
it.
at Ridgewood, yeah.
Oh, and my cousin went to Dagenham.
Oh yeah, Dagenham School.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right inside by Christ Church.
Oh, gosh.
I know
Here we
all of
go.
this.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we've got electricity now as well.
Absolutely, that's incredible, isn't it?
Cold running water.
Is it that
Have
bad?
you really? Have you?
Is that bad?
Good old Donny.
Absolutely. Give it
yeah.
a few more years, we might have glass.
Yeah. What about lights?
No lights yet, and we've
that's
still got
good.
the outside
Yeah,
toilet.
okay.
at the
Yeah,
bottom
oh
of the
yeah,
garden.
well of course the outside toilet, it's a must, isn't it?
It's, have you been to Yorkshire? Have you been to Doncaster?
Never.
Seriously, right, I'm taking you on a night out in Doncaster. We'll go to Charisma, which is proper 80s. We'll end up in Visage as well. That's where you'll end up, buy a biffa skip with a bottle of 2020
Oh,
and a
gosh.
kebab.
Sounds like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Lots of
proper
charity
retro.
shops.
Oh,
Charity
gosh.
shops,
yeah.
absolutely. No, I'll take it to Doncaster. You
Sounds
love it.
nice and sunny and fun. Not.
It'll be fine. It'll be perfect. won't
So
it?
you're in Bradford now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where was it that I used to go to Bradford? The Abundant Life Centre, the big church that's there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to be really say I don't know Bradford terribly well.
Okay.
Because I don't go into the centre
Yeah.
very much. I'm quite north.
Okay. Well, the only reason I know about that was I was at the Bradford Alhambra Theatre,
Oh, beautiful.
and we took a film crew to the church, and so we filmed in the Abundant Life Centre and did all the interviews in there. So that was the only reason I know about that. But
Right.
yeah, Alhambra, Sound of Music,
Oh.
Bradford Alhambra.
No.
It's much better than the Grand at Leeds, but don't tell anybody I said
You
that.
see, I love the Leeds Grand.
you?
Absolutely, and Leeds Varieties. That's where I learned.
Oh, these varieties.
Yeah,
I know.
I used to work there. I was one
Oh,
of
did
the I was one of the hosts there. Yeah. That was where I started working with Joe Longthorne and Cannon and Ball.
Oh,
That was literally how I started in this career.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, going from Doncaster, going to Leeds City Varieties,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I used to do all the warm up with Cannon and Ball. And on my first, your interview, I'm telling you this anyway. My first night, Bobby Ball, God rest his soul, he was a legend, actually came up to me and he gave me £25, which back then was a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. He gave me 25 quid, put it into my hand and said, go and get yourself a nice sparkly jacket and you'll never go far wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
And you took his advice?
Took his advice, yeah.
Yeah, great stuff.
So that was how I
bless
started,
him.
yeah.
So tell us a bit about you then.
So yeah, well, I grew up in Leeds. My parents, I was thinking about these sorts of things, you know, when you start thinking about your life. And my parents had a grocer shop. And it was, I remember the days when it was really, really cold. And it was ice on the inside of your window.
Oh,
Yes.
So you could scratch your name
Yes.
on the ice.
It's
on the
Yorkshire.
inside of
We
the
had that in the
window.
Midlands.
This
as well.
is real
I'm
life.
surprised
We
you
had that
survived.
too.
I'm surprised you survived.
Tin bath on a Saturday night.
Oh, yes, in front of the fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you watching Open All Hours, Land of the Giants?
If you stood up too quickly, the water would go all over the floor.
Yeah.
Proper
I would talk proper grocer shop with all the carts and the apples and
Yeah. It was lovely.
cabbages
And in those days, my dad used to do home deliveries.
on a bike.
So, well, he used to have his little van, but hadn't things come round back full circle? Because now
Yes.
all the supermarkets do full, you know,
Yeah,
home
that's
deliveries.
It just takes me to a time of Open All Hours, Ronnie Barker,
Yeah.
David Jason, everything. That was filmed in Doncaster. Everything literally
Was it?
on Lister Avenue in Doncaster. It's still filmed there. It's still Open All Hours. Yeah. But yeah, these shops that were so integral to the community. Not your grand supermarkets the size of a town,
No.
you know, where everything's available. These were the hearts of the community.
Yeah.
The working man's club on a Saturday night where you'd have your ginger ale, your bag of pork scratchings, then you'd go to the grocers
Yeah.
and the butchers.
Well, everybody knew everybody. Everybody was Mrs. So and So or Mr. So and So,
yes.
and my dad used to have one of those things for the slicing the ham.
Oh yes.
You know, so it was all done and it was a
Scales.
personal experience, you know, and so it wasn't just a shop.
Yeah.
It was a way of life.
Yeah, it was.
It was a way of life.
Was. And across the road there was the butchers, who had its own abattoir.
Love that.
Remember?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So things were just so simple and things.
But
nice
we did the corner shop, the butchers where we grew up was called the Crappers. So
Gosh.
we popped down to Crappers Butchers, go and you know, and it was everything was hung up in the window,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and it was the terrace street.
Yeah.
You know, great Nana, she'd be in the kitchen, you know, getting everything ready, her cooking and her Sunday lunch.
Yeah.
We were never allowed in the front room. That was for
No,
weddings and
yeah,
funerals.
Only.
Yeah.
go on.
Yes.
Doilies under everything, you know.
Yeah,
Oh.
special
You know, the
days.
treasure cabinet with all the little
Oh,
trinkets.
yeah.
Oh, good old days.
Yeah.
Eh?
Then you go into the
Memories.
middle room.
Yeah,
You know it, don't you? This is
Yeah, I
real
know.
life.
yeah, it is.
So
yeah.
what? So were you involved with the grocer's shop?
No, we left there when I was 7 because Morrison's appeared in the
Gotcha.
next village,
Right,
and of
okay.
course the business just it went. So then we moved into just an ordinary, you know, house. The shop carried on with somebody else, but not for very long. You know,
Right.
it was a shame. People wanted the convenience, and it was
Yep.
new, and it was trendy, and everything else. But
I think it kind of took over, didn't it? Really, you know, the you know, these big supermarkets, like I said, the family run. You know, you'll have known it growing up. You know, you're going to pop to the corner shop and get a 10p mix,
yeah,
but you weren't allowed a bubbly.
oh, yeah,
No
yeah,
bubblies,
just
it'll
love
choke.
them.
You'll swallow it and be stuck in your stomach
Yeah.
for 22 years.
Yeah, those little, those sweets. Oh, yeah. Rubbish, we used to call it.
Rubbish.
My mum was going, are you going to the shop and get a bag of rubbish? Yeah.
The corner shop where we were, there was Vaughan, he was the manager, and he could just put it in his hand and he would know. If you put a 2p white mouse in there, he would know. There's 11p in there.
Really?
That's not a 10p mix. And we'd try and get all the long shoelaces and
Yeah.
roll them up. He'll never know. He knew everything.
Yeah.
These
Oh.
are. It was community.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But I think people are moving back to that as well. You know, independent businesses are starting to open up near where I live. There's a butcher's opened up and a florist. How long is it since you've seen a proper florist?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a shame, really, but you know, I think everything's online. See, that's
Yes.
where, and it obviously costs are less and everything. You know,
Yeah.
if you want a bunch of flowers, get yourself rung up Marks and Spencers, and
true.
other florists are available.
Yeah.
But you know, get them to send it.
And we were talking just before we started, and you said something. You'd like to be a time traveller.
Love to-
You'd love to be a time traveller. Do you want to be Doctor Who?
Well, yes, anything.
Where would you like to go?
Anything.
What would you like to do?
Gosh, well, I think it things come up in certain time. I probably wouldn't like to go too far back, probably maybe 100, 150 years, and maybe spend a few days in a crinoline dress,
Oh, well, I love that anyway. I
yeah.
do that every Sunday morning.
He does actually. He's telling the truth.
But yeah, I think once you saw Back to the Future, it sparks off little ideas, and you think, oh, well, yeah, maybe I could go back and I could buy this house or this bit of land, and then I could go back to to my normal day, and then it'd be lovely. And it's just.
Well, if you went back 100 years, that'd take you back obviously 1920s. You'd be right in the middle of Art Deco. You'd be in the Charleston. I could just imagine you doing all this.
It just absolutely love it. Just
steamliners,
because everything was just so innocent. It's back to sort of how we were talking about the shops.
Yeah.
Everything was innocent, and things weren't so fast then. Things were just enjoyed because we didn't. Well, obviously in the 20s, not TV and and all that sort of thing. So it was just to taste something, a different way of life. I'd quite like to bob into the future a little bit as well and see.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, just to
Would you go back in the past? Would you go?
I'd go back into the past. I don't know about the future. I'd go back in the past though, because I love all that old era, the 60s, the 70s. Yeah, I'd love that. The hairstyles, the dressing. Yeah, I'd love it.
You'd be amazing. I could see you in 1940s on a steamliner with a huge hat and one of those cigarette holders with a licorice tipped cigarette walking down out of my way.
I love that.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
Career-wise, obviously,
where
tell us about you.
Always sort of done a sort of an admin type role. I was always kind of the breadwinner, so we've not got any children. And as far as kind of, I've always sort of done. I'm just digressing here.
No, sorry.
I've always done dancing and things like that. We used to going back to the house that we then moved after the shop. We used to have like a sort of a porch thingy on the front, and we bobbed down at the side. We were off stage then, and then there was the entrance, and we used to say, come on, like this, and do our little thing. And then we get big ideas and think, right, we'll invite everybody's mum and dad round.
Yes.
So we'd get everything.
We're going to go into that one in 1 minute. We're going to give you a chance right now to go and put the kettle on, and then we're going to find out what this one was getting up to on the porch. Back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to Creatives on the Couch. We're still here with the lovely Andrea. So we've done time travel. We know where you want to go back to there. So we were on your porch. That's where we were on your porch.
Oh, we were.
I've got my popcorn ready. Hit me with it, girl.
I'm so glad because nobody else came. So yes, we'd get ambitious, you see, and we'd think, right, we've done this.
Nobody turned up.
No, they didn't.
Oh.
So we'd get all the seats, we'd get all the orange squash, wait for all the mums to come, and they never came. I mean, how mean was that?
Stop it.
I know. So that was kind of my first probably attempt at, a little bit of a, I don't know, sort of a showbiz life.
At least it set you up. It can be disappointing.
Yeah, although I think I do have some, in the family because we think that we are related to Sir Donald Wolfett, who was a Shakespearean actor in the 50s.
Yes.
And my great uncle was Tom Menard.
Okay.
Who was in Coronation Street, very sort of small cameo part. So I do sort of have
There's
it
been a lot of
in the blood a little bit. That's I thought it was maybe in the blood. So yes, I tried to sort of open it up in my garage, but it didn't happen.
Try to open what when you go?
The showbiz lifestyle.
Oh right.
Yeah, the showbiz lifestyle. No, it was clean. I was only about 5.
Oh, we've gone back. Right, I've got you. I was like, what's she opening up in the garage? Okay, right.
Obviously,
yeah.
So anyway, moving on to when I was about 8.
Did anybody turn up when you were 8?
Oh no, but I was on TV then.
Oh, you?
Yes.
Okay.
I was on Junior Showtime with my friend playing the piano duet. And I was quite gutted that day because I used to watch the Poole Family. I was hoping that they were going to be on, but they weren't on that day. It was Mark Curry. I told his hand instead.
I can see this has traumatised you.
It was a fantastic experience, and they, obviously the crew were absolutely lovely. So.
And do you still play the piano?
No, I don't.
What a shame, because here we have one.
Sorry, no. As long as well, it's no good. It's not grand, is it? No, it's I got cajoled into playing the piano because I went for singing lessons, and then all of a sudden I was sat down in front of this white and black keyboard thing, and I thought, oh, so it was never really my. And my piano teacher, she used to, an elderly lady, and she used to have a knitting needle with a cork on the end, and if you played a note wrong, she used to smack you on the back
What was
like
she
that.
called?
Mrs. Lute.
We know, because she's here as well.
She used to
She's brought a cork.
Oh dear, mate.
She's brought 10, she's gonna wallop you.
She used to spit, as she was talking, she used to spit on the key, and it was always a key that you were just about to put your finger on it.
Well, that's a talent.
Well, it was actually, yeah.
At least you knew where you were going.
Oh, gosh.
Just follow the spit. And if you miss it, she whacks you.
Yeah.
You'd never get away with it nowadays. Can you imagine putting your kid and your child comes home and says, what was her name?
Lute.
Mrs. Lute's battered me.
Yeah.
You never, can you, I love this.
I'd go to jail. Can you imagine?
Oh, I love it.
She used to,
I want to meet this. Is she still alive, do you reckon?
no, she was old then.
Was she?
right.
She used to leave me a glass of condensed milk in the porch.
Condensed
for a drink.
milk?
Yeah.
Right. Let's all join hands. Let's all join hands. Put our hands in. Let's see if we can contact her.
No, what she might spit it, Or get that knitting needle might come down.
Oh, she's here.
Oh no!
She's here. Listen.
Oh God.
We'll play Fur Release.
She had
There
a
we go.
wroth. I was afraid of her.
Oh,
Fur
bless
Release.
you.
I think I played that.
Did you?
I think so. Yeah. I couldn't reminisce. No, I can't reminisce. How does it go? That's it. That's about the only thing I could play.
Do the rest of it, else I'm going to hit you with a chair or something. You know, there's going to be people all around going, oh, this song's going to be in your head.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, you're sorry.
Do you think I'll play it?
So, we've gone through you being battered, we've gone through time travel, gone through your psychopathic piano teacher.
Oh, dear.
So, where does this lead to now? This is a soap opera in itself, isn't it? Who needs Coronation Street? We've got you.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen,
I
welcome to
did
Live
do
on
dog
Concert.
walking for a while.
Okay.
That sounds a bit random, but it is some years later because I got made redundant, and I thought, what can I do? But it was very good because I kind of borrowed everybody's dogs for a day or an hour, or they stayed over some time. I had 10 dogs in my house at one point.
Oh wow!
But yeah, I
got 5.
know. Have you? Have you got 5?
Yeah. Well, I've got 5 and then my little fur
Yeah.
angel.
Yeah.
I lost my little girl recently, but yeah, I've got my 5 babies. So yeah, they are my life.
They're amazing, aren't
My world. I live for my dogs. Have you got a dog?
No, I used to.
Did you? The love is just. You
Yeah.
don't need a man when you've got a dog.
No, you
I
don't.
haven't got
No.
the time for a dog now though.
No.
No.
She's never at home.
Never
No.
home.
She's off to LA, this one.
Are you? How exciting.
She's proper little jet setter. She's going to bring me a key ring back.
You can come if you want.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll do it. So
Tower.
moving forward into the acting career, because you kind of blossomed a little bit.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's always been bubbling under. So I think there's a stage in your life when you can afford to, kind of do these things because, it's a hard industry and, it doesn't always pay the bills. So you've got to get a proper job. Yeah.
Get a trade.
Yeah. So now I'm very privileged to be able to do it. Acting is kind of what I really want to get into, but I'm very realistic about it. So I do support artist work at the same time.
It's great, absolutely.
I mean, where else could you go to work and stand behind Jude Law?
Yeah, it's
I
true.
think I'm so privileged.
Just the thought of being stood behind you.
I know, I could have gone like that on him.
What was that on?
Yeah.
It was on something called Firebrand. It was in summer last year.
Last
Summer last
year?
year. I don't think it's out in the cinemas yet.
Oh, watching him in Talented
but-
Mr. Ripley. My poor blood pressure.
Oh, honestly, he's just such a lovely guy.
Is he?
Yeah, really, really nice. Just ordinary.
Did you get to speak to him?
Well, we talked about chicken on a plate, but that was kind of about it, really. So yes and no.
Just, yeah.
But you see, you've
You
got,
are
you know.
so random. I love this. Hashtag.
I
chicken
have
on a
been
plate.
called different.
I'm not going down that route, but I think we should get trending hashtag chicken on a plate.
Yeah, I think so. A day old chicken on a plate. Not just any old chicken on a plate.
You spoke about Jude Law with day old chicken on a plate.
No, I said, because he just sort of went past his chicken and he went, ooh, and I said, would you like some? And he went, no, thanks. So, well, I mean, it was a conversation, a small conversation.
It was a small, but it was a conversation.
It was a conversation, yeah.
That's going to be written on your tomb, isn't it?
Probably,
on your headstone,
probably, yeah.
Chicken on the plate with Jude
I
Law.
know Jude Law. Yeah.
So you've been doing some supporting artist work. So
yeah, it's great.
So that was a film. What other stuff have you been sort of like involved in?
That's probably about it, really. I try and do as much as that as I can. Oh, I do a medical role play. And
Kinky.
yeah. Oh, well, I keep my clothes on. And I do a little bit of quiz mastering. You know.
Do you?
Yeah, just I'll say yes to anything, me. So within reason.
That's why you're
within reason.
I've got into trouble doing that.
yeah, I can imagine.
This one.
Yeah.
Watch this one. She'll say yes to anything. This one. Yeah.
Telling all my secrets now.
Prime time television, darling.
That's why she's going to LA where nobody knows the secrets.
Not gone to Dubai for that.
Oh, it's going downhill so rapidly.
I know,
but it's always great. So quiz mastering, so you bit of everything.
I'll tell you, I'll do anything.
Yes, I haven't got the strength for karaoke though. Anybody and everybody who knows me knows that I don't go anywhere near a
Nobody
karaoke
wants
machine.
to hear me do karaoke. No, thanks, no.
No, you don't want to hear this.
No.
It sounds like a lump of coal stuck under the cellar door. How very Yorkshire. How northern.
Yes, that's quite sort of, I like that.
Really?
Well, I like the saying, yeah.
I sound like a lump of coal stuck under the cellar door.
Yeah, I like that. Can I use that, or is that copyrighted?
No, I'll take it.
Okay,
Have
thanks.
it. Yes.
Yeah,
so where do you see your future going? You know, obviously, I mean, you are an absolute bundle of energy. You know? We can tell you're a lovely person.
Oh, thank you.
So what would you like?
Well, I am happy with my lot. I think if there's an opportunity to do something else, take it. You know, you've got to kind of. I think in this industry, for me personally, you've got to keep your feet on the floor on the ground,
yeah,
because
true.
You know life pulls punches, and you've got to be there just so that you don't get.
No, absolutely, and you know, you'll have heard this saying quite a lot. You know, but I was always taught at drama school, be nice to people on the way up, because they're all going to be waiting for you on the way down.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't get all these egos and, you know, I'm better than you and all this proverbial noise and nonsense. But that's a lot to do with social media as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's so toxic out there. So
it is.
as long as you can just look yourself in the mirror on a night and think, do you know what? I'm all right, me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you've got to, and enjoy the ride.
Gotcha.
You know, enjoy the journey, because it isn't. You know, it's not a sprint, is it?
And now it's all over, just like that.
Yeah.
Talking about social media, are you on any social media platforms?
I just do Facebook, which
Okay.
actually is where I get quite a lot of my work.
It's quite good actually.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. My husband would, you know, sort of say it's like driving in crackers, because you're forever on it. It does tend to dominate
How long have you been
your
married?
life. Oh, it'll be 31 this year.
Wow.
31.
Amazing.
Stop it!
I'm not that old,
I
am
was
I?
thinking you were 5 in that empty porch.
I was. I know. That lovely little empty porch, yeah. There wasn't just me there, by the way. There was a few others.
Oh, you had an ensemble?
Yeah, absolutely,
Oh.
yeah.
And none of the
one
mums
turned
turned
up.
up?
No, none of the mums turned exactly.
That's
Not
terrible.
even my mum.
Not even your
And she
mum?
provided the juice.
Wow.
Yeah. Just think, I mean, you know. So there you go.
What does your husband think about you pursuing a career in acting?
Actually, he's really, really supportive. You know, sometimes you're off for a couple of days, and he has to stay at home and look after the dog and everything. But yeah, he's great, really. You know, he's pushed me a little bit, but yeah, I think he likes it when he sees me enjoying doing something.
Yeah, cool.
Which is
nice.
It's nice.
Proper little teamwork.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want to say that to the camera? You're lucky. What's he called?
Shandor.
It's called what?
Shandor.
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 How very never-ending story. I love that. I am Shandor.
Well, you see, you can't have you can't. You've got to have something nice to go with Kovacs, haven't you?
I love
Yeah,
that.
true.
You have been a dream. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
Glad you enjoy our show and being here. I'll see you next week. See you next week as well. Take care for now.
Bye.
Bye.